Empire. The year is 1403, and we find ourselves in the idyllic medieval village of Troskovitz. Troskovitz. Today, we will be taking a relaxing wander, a soothing stroll through the village and the countryside surrounding it. There will be no violence, no combat or peril, merely a calming walk. We are dressed for the part, adorned in a simple peasant's garb. But you, my friends, need not dress like a peasant, thanks to this video's sponsor, Into the AM. That's right, Into the AM just released their brand new stretch denim jeans, and these things are comfy as heck. I love me some good jeans, and these are some of the best jeans I've ever worn. Easily some of the most comfortable. Not only do they look incredible, but they feel soft. This buttery smooth stretch denim that keeps its shape no matter what you're doing. Lots of give for your activities, whatever they may be. Whether you're doing squats or whether you're looking sexy like this guy here, doing lunges like that, all of the above. They come with this awesome lived-in feel right off the bat, and they will form to your body in whatever way you need. They come in a bunch of different colors. Well, 4 different colors. Is 4 a bunch? I don't know. But they all look really nice. And honestly, these are the jeans you want. Whether you are at home, whether you are at work, whether you are out on the town, check them out. We've also got new graphic tees. Always new graphic tees at Into the AM. Beautiful new designs like this vintage one I'm showing off here. They've got all the themes you've come to know and love, like spacey themes, sci-fi themes, nature themes, epic whatever this is, themes, wizards and krakens and stuff. You know what they got. They've got the glow in the dark, they got the vintage, they got the classic fit. All of it is good stuff. They are all top quality, all extremely comfortable. Some of my favorite stuff to wear around the house or out and about, especially as the weather starts to get warmer. You can never go wrong with Into the AM's stuff. So make sure you click that link down below and get 10% off your entire order. We begin today's wander in the mid-morning, around 9 o'clock. And as you can see, the residents of the village are already up and about, farming, patrolling, doing what needs to be done. Troskovitz is a small, humble village. It exists in the shadow of Trotsky Castle, which is just up the hill. I think if we stroll over here, we'll get a good view of the castle. Oh look, this resident of the village is already hard at work, keeping an eye out for pesky rodents and Being so close to the castle no doubt affords the village a high degree of protection, and so the villagers here likely live fairly comfortable lives for the most part, as comfortable as the life of a medieval peasant can be. Farming seems to be the primary activity. Troskovitz. Here we have a number of sheep. They don't seem to like us very much. Although they're not all that afraid either. That one's a ram. The countryside in this region is bucolic, absolutely beautiful, with rolling hills and sun-dappled forests and flower-strewn fields. This mighty old oak tree appears to host a beehive, perhaps. Lots of insects about here, and some very noisy birds as well. Some cattle down the hill and across the road, grazing lazily in the morning sun. And in the distance, we can make out outlying farms and houses stretching into the distance. This is a very pretty tree here. I like the bark. Growing around us, we have wheat. No doubt a staple crop among these parts. That was a very loud cow. Oh, right there. Just chewing away. And we've got daisies growing amongst the grass, dandelions as well. On the well-worn dirt roads, we can make out all manner of footprints, both man and beast. Lots of horseshoes. The weather today is fair, though not entirely sunny. Lots of fluffy clouds in the sky. But I don't think it's going to rain. It doesn't feel like a rain kind of day. kinds of beautiful flowers. I see thistles and some kind of golden flower here in the paddock, as well as nettles and chamomile. Looks like someone has come to pay their respects at this humble grave.
Be it done unto me according to thy word. Hail Mary, and the word was made flesh, and dwelt among us. Amen. Pray for us, O Holy Mother of God, that we may be made worthy of the promise of Christ.
Let's hop over this fence, shall we? Oh, some slightly less domesticated creatures. Looks like a feral boar. Although it does not seem to want to bother us, and we shan't bother it. One does have to be careful about boars, though. They can be quite dangerous when pressed. One of my favorite things about this region, though, is the forest. The beautiful, sun-dappled forest. Looks like somebody has made a little crossing of sorts here to ford this little creek. The fallen log and some brush. Lovely little rill, isn't it? Chuckling along. But here in the cool shade of the forest, you can smell the earth, the loam, the herbs. The breeze is warm, bringing promise of, oh, what is that? Do you hear that? As idyllic as the forest is, it can also be a place of danger. That certainly sounded like a wolf to me. Although I suppose it could just be one of the local hounds baying. Difficult to say. At any rate, I don't think we're at any risk. This beautiful clearing. I love making my way through the dense underbrush. And we're back at the stream. There it is again. What do you think? Wolves or hounds? Maybe hounds. Look at this willow. I love how much character it has. The fibrous bark. The way it twists out over the creek. Winds its way across and up. That's an old tree. Riparian plants, those that grow near water, rivers and streams or the shores of lakes often have their own unique scent to them, whether it be willows or poplars or the grass that grows in the shade. Let's follow this stream a little bit. Don't worry, we're wearing boots. Our feet won't get wet. Yeah, that must be hounds in the village, I think. It certainly sounds like it's coming from that direction. I love the sound of this little stream and our footsteps as we walk in it. Here's another characterful willow. This one has evidently been cut back, perhaps to harvest willow withes. The whippy young branches used in weaving, especially of baskets. No doubt these thatch walls, such as we see up ahead, are also composed of willow. Here's another patch that's been cut back. But willow is resilient. They will resprout from stumps, as we see here. I'm sure the villagers manage their willow carefully to ensure there is always a supply. Another villager going about their day up ahead. Oh, and beehives. Kind of cute, aren't they? Little bee houses. You stop and watch, we can see the individual bees. The entrance. Coming and going. And butterflies as well. So many beautiful flowers in the fields here. Trotsky Castle looking somewhat imposing up on its hill, but again, I'm sure it provides comfort to the villagers having the castle and garrison so close at hand. I believe we've found the source of our little creek. This pond, full of pondweed, would provide a lovely home for ducks or salamanders. I love the sound of the rushing water here. Burbling along. You've seen all manner of creatures already, from horses and sheep to
Don't cause any
cattle
trouble.
and
Got it?
boars. I was not intending to cause any trouble, sir. Quite the contrary. We can now add chickens to the list of creatures we've spied. And of course that cat that we saw. It looks like here in the upper village we have orchards with all manner of fruit trees. Oh, would you look at that? A very good boy here. Perhaps one of the ones that we heard earlier. Looks like he's munching on something in the garden. I think I just heard another as well. The expansive fields between the village and the castle are farmed extensively. Here we have a field of wheat swaying in the gentle breeze. And here, what do you suppose these are? It looks like cucumbers, perhaps. Yes, I do believe cucumbers. A large field of them. Over here, we have more wheat, I think. Or perhaps barley. Yes, this might be barley. You have to have barley if you want beer. Or actually, it might be rye. What do you think? I'm no expert on grains, I must admit. But I think it's barley or rye. Some lovely poppies hidden amongst the grain as well. And over here, a whole field of something. A beautiful flower. They almost look like a poppy, but not the right color. Perhaps flax. Isn't flax yellow though? I'm not sure. Clearly, these fields are also used for hay, which is necessary for the livestock. Also probably used for the thatched roofs. Here we see it piled up in these towering stooks. Hay stooks. And if we were to continue following this road out of the village, well, that would take us to parts unknown, because I much inside. It was very small to begin with. Perhaps it was just some sort of outbuilding, a storage shed, or some such. The forest here is a bit different than where we were before, down by the creek. Here, the forest floor is a bit more open. We have ferns growing and a bed of crunchy sticks and leaves. And the birds are making quite a racket here. I'm not very good with my bird calls. I can't identify what we're hearing. Perhaps you can, if you've been to this part of the world before. Look at these mighty trees, stretching up, up, up to the sky. And we emerge from the shade of the forest into the dazzling light of the midday sun. And a spectacular view across the rolling countryside. We're away from the village now. It seems that this field is not farmed at all. Just left to grow grassy and wild. Oh, perhaps it is grazed at certain times of year, which would explain how it stays open like this instead of growing over. Also a number of little butterflies flitting about in the meadow. And more loud birds. Many more flowers here on the forest floor. Of all kinds. Looks like we found another small garden patch. More cucumbers. Yeah, and cabbages as well. Those are some healthy looking cabbages. Oh, what's this? Do you see a pair of ears hopping away? I think we startled it. Rabbit shoots off. And what's this over here? This looks fascinating. These appear to be wine, flowers, and more. Somebody here is still keeping the old pagan ways alive. This one bears a flower crown. Oh, and this one, a human skull adorned by a flower circlet. Grim, but traditional, no doubt. What a fascinating collection of carvings. Well, my friends, there's much more to see of the Bohemian countryside. We could keep wandering for days if we wanted to, no doubt. But I think for now, we will take a rest, sit down here, let our weary feet rest for a time, and maybe break out some good food and drink and enjoy this sunny afternoon. I thank you very much for joining me on this wander today. I would love to go wandering with you again in Bohemia sometime. I look forward to having you here with me next time. Farewell for now, my friends. And once again, here we are at the end of a video. But this is an important time. It's time for us to come together and recognize those awesome folks who help support what I do from behind the scenes on my Patreon and my YouTube memberships. That's right, our amazing channel supporters ensure that I can keep making the kinds of videos that I love making the most, and that you hopefully enjoy watching and listening to the most. And you know the drill. If you would like to join these amazing supporters and support the kind of content that I make here, please consider taking a look at the links down below in the video description. Both Patreon and YouTube membership offer similar or essentially equivalent perks in 3 different levels: Fus Ro, and the mighty Fus Ro Da. And I'm sure you can find a tier that is right for you, that is a good fit for you and your life and your budget. And at the highest tier, the Fus Ro Da tier, those incredible legendary heroes get their name read in a special spoken shoutout in every video. And you won't believe this, but you are about to hear their names right now, starting with Joe, Bruce, Brucey B3D, Buchner, Ragnarsson, Drummer Britt, Odinson. You have to say it like that because it's all caps. Odinson. And last but never least, Jake Luffney. What a spectacular bunch of individuals, and in fact that extends to everybody whose names you see here. I cannot thank them enough for their kind support, which is why I do it in every single video. I'm just going to keep thanking them. You can't stop me. Also, an extra special shout out to our 3 newest members joining up at the Foost tier on YouTube memberships. Please, a warm welcome for Pish Salver, Ashy G, and Tom. Fantastic to have them on board. And once again, a big, big thank you to all of this channel's amazing supporters.